Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Wow, it looks like Russia has been officially banned from the 2018 Olympics. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, I just came across some very interesting news today, and I was going to make a video about Alexander Povetkin, and I figured this was the ultimate segue since the subject matter is Russia, where Povetkin's from. It's about doping, and it's just a perfect video to combine all in one. So in case you haven't heard, it's all over the news, ABC, New York Times, credible news outlets. Russia, the country of Russia, has been banned from the upcoming Olympics in South Korea 2018, and there is basically over a doping scandal. A lot of like drug cheats and different things, and they did some the IOC did some extensive investigation from what I gather, and they determined there's basically too many cheats, too much corruption, and they forfeited their eligibility to compete. And from what I understand, they're going to allow clean athletes who are getting tested, Olympic style testing, and pass and they're clean. They're going to allow Russian citizens to compete in the Olympics. However, they can't wear the Russian outfit. Anything that has to do with like the Russian flag or, you know, the color scheme or whatever, they're going to place them in neutral outfits, right? The other thing is at the beginning, they usually have the flags of the different countries and whatnot competing. They're not going to include the Russian flag or the Russian anthem. So it's basically like, even if you do compete from Russia, you're not getting in the credit. And this is the other thing. So, for example, Alexander Povetkin is an Olympic gold medalist, right? And he's from Russia. So, hypothetically, when he was in the Olympics, if this was going on, even though he won a gold medal, they're not going to count it as Russia winning a gold medal in bobsledding, a gold medal in boxing. You're not going to get any credit for it. Even the people who are from Russia that are competing as neutrals, which is crazy. Crazy. I've never seen the Olympics every 4 years. I've never seen anything like this where a whole region, whole country gets banned. But this is the punishment the IOC has deemed fit. Putin said this would be embarrassment if his place, if Russia is not allowed to compete, and he's absolutely right. I mean, it is embarrassing because, like I said, even if you medal, your country's not going to get the credit for it. You know what I mean? Like at the end they say, oh, USA won 15 medals or whatever it is. Russia's not going to get credit for that. Russia can't basically represent, and that's the whole point of the Olympics. You know what I mean? No matter where you're from, that usually binds people together. If you're from Japan, you're rooting for Japan. Not always, but a lot of times, you know what I mean? If there's the Dream Team USA basketball team and you're from the US and you're an American, you're probably rooting for them. You probably want to see them do well. Same thing with boxing. I mean, why would we not want Andre Ward and Clarissa Shields and Shakur Stevenson to medal? You know what I'm saying? If you're from Ireland, you're probably going for Mick Connellan or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's just a little patriotism. So I've never seen this where a whole demographic has been ineligible to compete. First time that I've ever heard of this, and that clearly shows from the investigation there's some level of a problem for them to take this drastic measures. Now, moving on to boxing news, Alexander Povetkin in 2016 was a horrible year from him. He did get a fight in versus Johan Duhaupas, won by knockout, but it wasn't impressive because they put Johan Duhaupas, go look at that fight, go rewatch it, and he was in like Nike running shoes. He had 1 day to prepare, flew over to Russia and got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean nothing. A 1 day replacement. He was supposed to fight Bermane Stiverne. Stiverne flew all the way to Russia, They had a weigh-in, and then the day of the weigh-in, they announced that for the second time, Alexander Povetkin had failed a doping test, a PEDS test, with the VADA clean testing program. So the fight was pulled. Russia being Russian, just, you know what I mean, doing whatever they want and having money. They brought in Johan Duhaupas because the WBC was no longer going to sanction the Bermane-Stavern fight. So they did their own thing, and Povetkin got another knockout, and he's just been kind of quiet since. But earlier in that year, he was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder, Bomb Squad, WBC champion, and he forfeited that opportunity because he failed another drug test for a recently banned drug called meldonium that's made in Russian pharmacies. So fast forward to the future, I just had to make sure people are caught up with that. I don't know when everybody started watching boxing. But the other thing is, it looks like he's going to fight in December for international titles. I think the WBA, WBO international belts or something against Christian Hammer. And the WBC already acknowledged that Povetkin is going to be back in the rankings in 2018. I don't know how. See, in this, the WBC, they have had some recent decisions that I don't know how they arrive at this conclusion. We're talking about Povetkin, who he failed 2 drug tests in a year, and then he's coming back into the rankings, right? Luis King Kong Ortiz's fight with Wilder, another Wilder opponent, he failed a drug test. Didn't declare blood pressure medicine for hypertension or whatever, and then the fight got canceled because it had 2 ingredients that were on the ban list. They went through the little hearings and whatnot, and then now they've already put Luis King Kong Ortiz back into the running. He's fighting this Friday. So again, I don't know how all this works. I don't know if you just have to have the right money and the right power or what, but it seems a little fishy that these guys are failing. Slap on the wrist, and then they're, you know what I mean, they're right back in action. Like I said, Luis Ortiz is fighting this week, and Povetkin's fighting later this month. Now, here's the kicker. Eddie Hearn's already admitted that Alexander Povetkin is a possible mandatory for Anthony Joshua. Joshua is currently in negotiations to probably fight Joseph Parker if they can tie up all the loose ends. And Povetkin's fight with Christian Hammer, they might do an eliminator for a title shot. Like the winner of Povetkin Hammer gets a shot at Joshua, if obviously Joshua maintains his titles and whatnot against Joseph Parker if that fight comes off. So I don't know how all this works. I just want to give you guys the news. Russia being banned from the next upcoming 2018 South Korea Olympics per the IOC. Povetkin's back in the mix. Luis King Kong Ortiz is back in the mix. And guess what? Wilder may end up facing Luis Ortiz, and Povetkin, if he can get past Christian Hammer, he may end up being a mandatory for Anthony Joshua. So it's funny how the drug cheats and stuff keep coming away and finagling away to finesse the game and come back. You know what I mean? No matter how many times. They both have failed 2 times. You know what? Actually, I think Luis Ortiz and Alexander Povetkin, since they both failed 2 times, they should fight each other. And then the winner gets like a Wilder or Joshua. But hey, I don't make the rules. I just report what I see and give a couple of my thoughts. So that's the latest. Russia's out of the Olympics officially, and Povetkin might be Anthony Joshua's mandatory if he can beat Christian Hammer. So we'll have to tune in. My thoughts, like I said, I don't really understand it. I don't understand how people can continually fail, put other people's life in peril, and still have a job. You know what I mean? If this was anything, you work at Best Buy or something and they catch you stealing, you're probably going to get fired. You know what I mean? If you're doing something that you work at Lowe's, heavy machinery, and you don't put the safety banners up and someone gets killed by a pallet or something falls on a little kid, then you'll get fired for not adhering to the safety rules. You know what I mean? You're putting people's lives in danger. Now, boxing is a brutal sport, very gruesome, and anything could happen. Guys like Povetkin, Luis Ortiz, whether they're on something or not, I think they're naturally strong. But jockeying for position, trying to get another unfair advantage, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? You're really putting someone's life in danger, literally. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Daniel Franco. He's going through brain surgeries. He just had what was supposed to be his final one, and him and his family are having to pick up the bill from what it sounds like, they haven't got much assistance from Rock Nation. You look at Pritchard Cologne, you know what I mean? So it's not right. It's not right to be able to cheat and just bounce back, you know what I mean? Because especially in the heavyweight division, you like I said, these guys are 240, 250 plus. You know what I mean? You're coming to fuck people up. You're coming to hurt people. So if you cheating on top of that, on top of already being good, you know what I mean? Alexander Povetkin's already an Olympic gold medalist, stuff like that. So it's just like, it's not fair. Let me know your thoughts, drop in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.